السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. طلابي الأعزاء، طلاب الصف الأول الإعدادي لغات. النهاردة معادنا مع حلقة lesson 6 في الألجبرا multiplying a binomial by an algebraic expression. لو انتوا حابين توصلوا لروابط الحلقات اللي فاتت هتلاقوني سايبها لكم في صندوق الوصف في الديسكريبشن أسفل الفيديو ده، تقدروا تضغطوا عليها وتوصلوا بسهولة لرابط أي درس، وكمان رابط قائمة تشغيل الجيومتري تقدروا توصلوا للليسونز مشروحة بالترتيب. Let's start our lesson today, multiplying a binomial by an algebraic expression. Firstly, how can we multiply two binomials? If we say a plus b times c plus d, the answer will be a times c plus a times d plus b times c plus b times d. Here we multiply the first term by the first term, then multiply the first term by the second term. After that we multiply the second term by the first term. At last we multiply the second term by the second term. First by first, first by second, second by first, and second by second. Okay. For example, find the product of x plus 5 times 2x minus 3. We have two methods, the horizontal method and vertical method. Let's start with the horizontal method. It's so easy to multiply the first term by the first term to get 2x power 2. Then multiply the first term by the second term to get negative 3x. After that we multiply the second term by the first term to get plus 10x. Then multiply the second term by the second term to get 5 times negative 15x. So the result is 2x power 2, negative 3x, positive 10x, minus 15. As you see, here we have two like terms. So we can subtract 3x from 10x to get 7x. The result will be 2x power 2 plus 7x minus 7. So the result will be 2x power 2 plus 7x minus 15 in its simplest form. Now, my dears, we can use the vertical way. Put one of the two expressions under the other as shown. We write 2x minus 3 under x plus 5. After that, we will multiply 2x by x. Then we multiply negative 3 by x to get negative 3x, but we drop down negative 3x under 10x. Those are like terms. Negative 3 times 5 equals negative 15. So, my dear, we must pay attention for the signs rule. قاعدة الإشارات مهم جدا ناخد بالنا منها أثناء عملية المultiplication. If we multiply positive by positive, the result will be positive. If we multiply positive by negative, the result will be negative. If we multiply negative by negative, the result will be positive. If we multiply positive by positive, the result will be positive. So here we have negative 3x and Here we have negative 3x and 10x are like terms. So we can simplify them. The result will be 2x power 2 plus 7x minus 15. Now, my dears, complete the following. 3x plus 7 times 2x minus 3. Firstly, we will multiply 3x by 2x to get 6x power 2. Then we will multiply 3x by negative 3 to get negative 9x. After that, we multiply 7 by 2x to get 14x. Then we multiply 7 by negative 3 to get negative 21. Now it's time to simplify negative 9x with 14x to get positive 5x. So the result will be 6x power 2 plus 5x negative 21. In the second example, we have the vertical way. How can we use the vertical method to multiply 2x plus 3y pi x minus y? As you see, we must multiply x by 2x to get 2x power 2 at first, then multiply x by positive 3y to get 3xy. After that, we drop down negative y times 2x, which is negative 2xy under positive 3xy, then multiply negative y by positive 3y to get negative 3y power 2. Then we simplified when we put the like terms 3xy and negative 2xy under each other, and the result will be positive xy. So we drop down to x power 2, then have the difference between 3xy and negative 2xy, which is positive xy, and drop down negative 3y power 2. So my dears, in multiplying in the previous example, we found that x plus 5 times 2x minus 3 equals 2x power 2 plus 7x minus 15. So the first term, which is 2x power 2, the first term in the first expression times the first term in the second expression. But the third term, which is negative 15, the second term in the first expression times the second term in the second expression. But the middle term, which is positive 7x, equals the product of means plus the product of extremes. Now complete the missing terms in each of the following. 2a plus 1 times 5a plus 3. Firstly, we multiply the first by the first to get 10a power 2. After that, we calculate the product of means and the product of extremes, then add these results. 1 times 5a equals 5a. 2a times 3 equals 6a. 5a plus 6a equals 11a. What about the third term? We multiply 1 by 3 to get 3. So the result is 10a power 2 plus 11a plus 3. What about the second two terms? When we multiply 3x plus 4 by 2x minus 1, 3x times 2x equals 6x power 2. 4 times 2x equals 8x. 3x times negative 1 equals negative 3x. 8x negative 3x equals positive 5x. At last, if we multiply 4 by negative 1, we get negative 4. So, the result is 6x power 2 plus 5x negative 4. 5x times x equals 5x power 2. Then we calculate the product of means and the product of extremes. 2x plus 20x equals 18x. After that, we multiply the second by the second to get the third term. Negative 2 times 4 equals negative 8. And pay attention for the signs rule. Now, my dears, we have two special cases. Firstly, how can we expanding the square of the binomial? X plus y all power 2. It seems as if it looks like as if we can write it as x plus y times x plus y. So, if we calculate it as we studied before, we will multiply first by first to get x power 2, then second by second to get the third term y power 2, then get the product of means plus the product of extremes to get the middle term. Yx plus yx equals 2xy. Then, my dears, there is a way So we can calculate generally the square of a binomial consisting of the sum of two terms. The square of the binomial consisting of the sum of two terms equals the square of the first times equals the square of the first plus 2 times the first times the second plus the square of the second. So, the second special case is x minus y all power 2, which is x minus y times x minus y equals x power 2 minus 2xy plus y power 2. Pay attention for the middle term sign here. So x minus y all power 2 equals x power 2 minus 2xy plus y power 2. Generally, we can say that the difference between the square of the binomial consisting of the difference between two terms equals the square of the first minus 2 times the first times the second plus the square of the second. Let's take an example. Find the result of the following. 3a plus 5 all power 2. Firstly, we calculate the square of the first term, 3a all power 2. Then we calculate the square of the second term, which is the third term here, 5 power 2. How can we calculate the middle term? Multiply the first, which is 3a, by the second, which is 5, then multiply them by 2. So, pay attention that here you must get the square root of the coefficient 3. 3 power 2 equals 9, a power 2 equals a power 2. Then we will multiply 2 by 3a by 5. 6a times 5 equals 30a. After that, we get the square root of 5, which is 25. Now, my dearest, 2x minus 3y all power 2. We get the square root of the first, which is 2x all power 2. Then get 2 times 2x times negative 3y. After that, we write plus 3y all power 2. 2x all power 2 equals 4x power 2. 2x power 2 equals 2 power 2x power 2, which is 4x power 2. After that, when we multiply 2 by 2x by negative 3y, we get negative 12xy. Then we get the square root of 3y, which is 9y power 2. Another example, we have 3m plus 2 all power 2. We must calculate the square root of the first term at first. 3m power 2 equals 9m power 2. And get the square root of the second term, which is 2 power 2 equals 4. After that, how can we calculate the middle term? We will multiply the first by the second by 2. So, the answer is 3m power 2 plus 2 times 3m times 2 plus 2 times 2. So, the result is 9m power 2 plus 12m plus 4. We complete with two special cases and the product of the sum of two terms and the difference between them. How can we calculate a plus b times a minus b? We will multiply the first by the first minus the second by the second, because those are the product of sum of two terms and the difference between those two terms. So, generally we can say the product of the sum of two terms and their difference equals the square of the first minus the square of the second. Now find the product of each of the following. 2l minus 5 times 2l plus 5. We will multiply 2l by 2l to get 4l power 2. We will multiply 2l by 2l to get 4l power 2. After that, multiply negative 5 by positive 5 to get negative 25. So the result will be 4L power 2 negative 25. Now, my dears, look at this example. Both in the simplest form, 3x minus 2 times 3x plus 2 minus 6. Pay attention. Then find the numerical value of the result 1x equals 2. When we multiply 3x minus 2 by 3x plus 2, we get 9x power 2 minus 4. Don't forget to subtract this. Don't forget to put negative 6. So, we will calculate it as 9x power 2 minus 4 minus 6. After that, we put 2 instead of x. When we say find the result when x equals 2. So, we put 2 instead of x to have 9 times 2 power 2 minus 4 minus 6. So, 2 power 2 equals 4. 9 times 4 equals 36. 36 minus 4 minus 6 equals 26. This is the end of our lesson today. I hope you understand your time with me. See you in next lesson, inshallah. With all my best wishes, Mrs. Shimaa Saieed.